So a question I get lately is how much mortgage can I qualify for in Clermont, Florida? Now you might have caught yourself wondering, what would it be like to own a home in Clermont? Maybe it happened while driving down Lakeshore Drive, or when you saw a house listed online that made your heart skip a little bit, just a moment. Maybe a friend just bought a house and it made you pause and think, could that be me someday? Maybe you're not actively house hunting and you're not shopping for mortgage rates. You're not even talking to a real estate agent. You're just thinking about it. And that's exactly where it starts. In fact, most homeowners I work with, that's exactly the same place that they start. They didn't even have it all figured out. They didn't know how much they needed or even if they qualified. They just had a thought. What if? And eventually that what if turned into a question. How much mortgage could I qualify for in Clermont, Florida? So now I know that question can feel a little overwhelming. Mortgage, how much money, and everything, because it's really, it's not really about numbers. It's about life. It's about timing. It's about wondering if this dream fits with where you are right now. You might be thinking, I don't have a huge down payment. My credit isn't right. I'm not sure if I'm ready. Or maybe what if I ask a question and they just try to sell me something and I'm not even ready? Let me assure you, you're not alone. And there's a lot of people that ask those questions. And you do not need to have everything lined up perfectly to begin. Let's talk about what matters most. Your stage in your life, your goals, and we'll start with the real answer to the question, how much mortgage can I qualify for in 2026 right here in Clermont, Florida? Here's the simple version. Lenders look at your income, your monthly debts, your credit score, and your down payment. In most cases, they'll allow total monthly housing costs to be up about 41% of your gross income, and your total debts, including the house payments, the mortgage, up to about 50%, depending on the program. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of math, but don't worry. That's what I'm here for, to be able to get through all that. But let's make this real simple with a few examples. If you're a first-time home buyer, say you're first-time home buyer in Clermont, say you make about $75,000 a year, you have about $400 a month in like student loan payments, and your credit might be okay, not perfect, but around 660. You saved about $12,000, which you could use for a down payment. Now there's closing costs to think about, but there's a good strategy to share, and that's for another video, another day. Say you'll be using FHA financing, so it's 3.5% down payment. You could qualify for somewhere around $325,000 to $345,000, depending on the current rates, property insurance, and taxes in Lake County. And yes, there is down payment assistance programs, and that can stretch that a little bit further. And again, that can be another video for another day, which I'll definitely do. Another example is there is VA financing for our amazing veterans. Thank you for your service to our country. You served, so now it's time to use your benefits. Definitely use your benefits. And they're great to use. They only need about a little bit of money to get your home inspection done. So, because it's minimal, zero down payment, if you like. So, just take for an example, if your monthly income is $6,500 and your debt is only like a car loan, and like I said, the VA loan has no down payment is required, and there's no PMI, which means you could potentially qualify for a home in 350 to 375,000 range with a payment that fits your budget. And there's another example. It could be a move-up buyer, somebody who's saved a little bit longer. You're a little bit stronger credit. Let's say you're earning $120,000 a year with manageable debt and solid credit score. And you're maybe you've already owned a home and want something with a little bit more space. With only 5% down, you can do that still. With 5% down, even if you own a home already, you could qualify for a mortgage around $500,000 to $575,000 with dual income or equity from the current home that you might sell. Purchasing power can possibly increase. Now, let's be honest. Clermont is growing fast. And between the chain of lakes, the trails that we have, the small town charm, just west of Orlando, and this market is getting more competitive every year. But let that not scare you. It's just, you got to be prepared. You just got to be ready and take a look, because here's the truth. You don't need to be ready to buy. You just need to be ready to ask questions. This isn't about selling for something. This is about giving you the information and guidance to make your decisions, your own decisions, whether that's 3 months from now or 3 years from now. Let me give you an example of what this actually looks like. Meet Sarah, who is 31, renting in Clermont with a stable income, and she thought she needed 20% down. She booked a quick 20-minute call just to ask, how far off am I? Turns out she wasn't off at all. 6 months later, she closed on her home, new home near Hancock Road, same budget as her rent, and she was building equity now. All because she took a curious step forward. So, what is your year going to look like from now on? From thinking to planning. So let's find out. It doesn't cost anything to start thinking, to start asking. No credit pull, no commitment, just conversation. Focus on you. Let's look at your numbers, your goals, and help you see if homeownership fits for you in Clermont. And we just want to make sure the timing is right for you, on your own terms, because when it is time, you'll be ready, not just financially, but emotionally too, confidently and empowered. So let's schedule a free home affordability review with me. No pressure, just answers. You don't have to be ready. You just have to begin. So I'm Ryan, the Home Loan Dude. Please like, share, and subscribe. And follow me. Follow, please. Don't forget to book the call. Everybody have a great day.